Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and Wargames. In this video we are going to do something quite special. We wanted to play this new game that has not been seen on the channel yet, and we wanted to play this, and I was like, why not make a battle report as well? It is going to be one-page rules. So for those who don't know, it is a free game system that allows to play with any miniature you want, and we're going to play like not 40k today. We're gonna have different armies that have specific rules, but the game itself is very simple. It's not going to be didactic battle report. We'll just assume that you know how to play already. But this way, if you know a one-page rule from the beginning or from far away, and you're like, okay, like I want to see how it plays, well, you will see. And the rules is extremely simple anyway. So joining me today, we have.
Hello, nice to see you guys again. Yeah. Today I'm playing with a special army of Custodes. This is the first time they go to the battlefield for the Emperor. Donc I think we'll have a lot of enjoy with them. Go to the battle now!
Thank you, Valentin. We also have our new player, first time on the channel.
Hello, I'm Benoit. I came to 40k recently from Lord of the Ring, and I met our friend here who invited me. So first time that I bring my Tau, like Nick from
from Nick, Tonic.
Yes, Tau Nick. I take inspiration, so I bring my Tau, my full Tau for the first time on the table. So to honor the great good.
And we also have
Steve, and today I'm playing my Necron Dynasty, and time for dying for everyone.
Well, except for you, because you died but you come back.
Yeah, and we will see with the raid then.
Yeah. And I will play my Space Dwarves for the first time on the channel for the real battle report.
Strange name.
Space Dwarves, the Votann, the Dwarf Leagues, exactly, for one-page rules. And it's going to be a free-for-all. We're gonna first present you the armies, then we'll deploy and present you the scenario. It's gonna be a free-for-all, quite simple scenario. Let's get going with the presentation of the armies. So, we are playing at 4,000 points per player, and the first army is going to be this Dwarf Guild's Force. What do we have here? Let's start with here. It's going to be my Warlord. It's a Dwarf champion, and he has 2 units of Iron Guards, the upper class of the Dwarf Warriors. They're represented by those with the Iron Blasters. There is also 2 fusion rifles, and this guy has some boosts. I'm not going to go too much in detail, but this is quite elite. As far as basic Dwarf Warriors go, and I just love the paint job. I'm very happy I can bring them out today. Also here, another Dwarf champion, more melee oriented, with another squad of the elite Dwarf Warriors, like the Iron Guard. I don't remember the exact name, but let's call him like this. There is also a little sergeant equipped for melee, and they're also quite good. Let's switch right here for the basic Dwarf Warriors, those with the Iron Bolters. Those guys are a little bit less good. They have a worse defense and worse quality, but they are led by a Grimnir, which is going to be a champion with the caster upgrade. We are going here with a unit of Berserk, all of those with double-handed axes, and a Berserk champion with 2 axes as well. I'm very happy that there is a Berserk character in one-page rule, and they all have regeneration. My most elite unit is going to be this unit of Power Suit Dwarves. They are reinforced, so they're supposed to be 3. I double them, so there are 6 of them. They are led, of course, with a Dwarf champion with an axe. Then here we have some power suits, like they are Thunderkins basically, so they have the gravity cannons, and they are led by a dwarf in power suit armor as well, so higher quality, with a hammer and with some long range firepower. A unit of 3 bikers is going to be led by this dwarf champion on a trike, so with the little artillery in the back, and there is a single trike, which is not a character here, with a Gatling. A unit of 3 snipers here for long range support. And finally, 5 hammer elites, which are quite elite dwarves with armor, and they're here to keep the Custodes and the close combat units away from me. They're quite tough and they can punch back. And finally, I'm really excited to see how they play 2 Dwarf Guild battle tanks. So they don't have transport capacity, unlike the Votann equivalent, but they are more combat oriented. They're about the same chassis, but they do have more firepower, and I'm really hoping for them to do a lot of damage at range. My plan is to send the infantry to capture the objectives, and most of the heavy firepower, like those guys and the tanks and the snipers, of course, are going to provide fire support at extreme range, and those guys will probably teleport at turn 2. that's it. Let's go for the next army.
So now for the DIO Union in the 40k rules, the one-page rule. So today I bring a heavy mecha list, as you can see. So you can begin with a go skill and accompany with their broadside a bunch of 6 cruises with the Cold Star here to lead them. And of course we have the heavy suit with a big riptide. The first time it is bring on the table, so very happy to show the paintwork and everything around. So we have also the Stersus because we need sneaky boys with the with the gold skill, and of course we have then the main army with a fire team led by the Ethereal. So he's here to say the greater good is this way, and the Breachers with their shotguns and their Fireblade leader. And behind you will see their transport with the Devilfish. Also the first time it is bring on the table, and of course Hammerhead. Straight from the factory, we will say, but with a functioning ray gun, because we will need that for the Space Dwarf or the stubborn Custodes.
Yeah, or everyone, like it's gonna be useful anyway.
Everyone will need a ray gun. So here it is, first time that I bring so much Tau, and I hope it will go smoothly for them.
Okay, now for the Necrons, and Steve is going to try to make the presentation in English, so I don't have to put subtitles over French, so thank you, Steve. Yep. Let's see what is in there.
So, there is a unit of 20 Necron warriors with a lord. The same next, and
Saddle.
there is a lord with 3 scorpion, and another lord on a barge with this unit of destroyer, a Doomsday Ark, because
Why not?
a Canoptech Wraith with a little lord, and for the finishing, a big croissant.
A croissant of death! Because we're in Paris, the croissant of death!
With Doom cannon.
With doom baguettes under.
Yes, that's all. Hello everyone, this is my army of Custodes.
4,000 points. You can see the difference inside.
Yeah.
4,000 points.
Here we have some reinforcement for
Yeah.
the next battle.
He brought too much for the game.
Yeah.
What do we have?
First, here we have Trajan, the leader of the army. Yes. Yeah. Here, 3 Custodes with halberd in French. I don't know.
Halberds.
Yeah. Here, 4 Custodes with blade and shield. And here we have two Custodes on bike.
They're both captains. And there is another captain here with the banner and the shield leading the unit.
Yeah, banner of the Empire, please.
Yes.
And here we have 3 Custodes Terminator, so a lot of skills. And here the most and beautiful unit of my army. The 3 mecha, 2 contender with halberd and 1 contender with shield and blade. Yeah. Ready for the battle today? We are here to the peace of the Emperor.
Yeah. That is going to be interesting. This is extremely, they could do this in one-page rule or even more elite than in 40k. So let's see how that goes for all of us. We'll set up the table and see for the objectives. Okay, so we are deployed. As you can see, we don't have that much terrain, but it's still gonna be useful. Anytime someone is inside a ruin or the line of sight goes through some terrain and stuff, it's gonna be +1 save for the guy on the other side. How is this mission going to play? Since we have a lot of players and it's a free-for-all, we have 5 objectives, 1 between each of the players, this statue, here, here and there. When you finish activating your unit within 3 of the objective, you gain 1 point. Each time you finish, you're gonna gain more and more points, and by the end of the game, we're gonna see who has more. This is kind of like an unofficial objective, but it's to push people to not just stay away while the other kill each other. It's really a game of control of objectives. We don't count kill points or anything. This objective here is going to be a little bit more interesting, because if you finish within 3 of these with one of your unit, you gain 3 points. So there is an interest to go there to gain a lot of points very fast, but then it does mean that you can die quite quickly because you will be exposed to the other 3 armies. So let's go for the deployment. I deployed quite well. We don't have that much space, So there is this dwarf battle line between the Toe that are very threatening and the Necrons. I think I'm gonna, at some point I was like, do I stay a little bit safe? But no, I'm just gonna push here and there at the same time. The Tau have also a lot of heavy firepower here. Those guys are facing the Votann, just zooming in so you can see the paint job. And there is also this firing line ready to push against the Custodes. There is also, yes, of course, some stealthy boys in there. And some reserves. Those guys are embarked inside the Devilfish. They are breachers with the shotguns. And there is also 3 crises in reserves. I didn't say, but I have 1 pack of 6 power suits with the champion in there. They are very elite. I'll probably drop them right in the center. The Custodes, well, there are less things. Only reserve is the 3 Terminators. And there is this big tough pack. As you can see, he apparently is trying to run away from the Toe, and he's going to push essentially against the Necron, trying to get this objective. I'm just zooming so you can see the beautiful objective markers that Steve brought for his army. Will we manage to capture this old Necron technology? Who knows? And the Necrons are also quite packed. Good, there is no template in this game, unlike in Dystopian Wars, and we can see that it's really, really well packed. I don't know how we're gonna handle all of this. Both these overlords have a relic, let's say, that gives a regeneration +1, so they regenerate at 4. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this, but there is these proud dwarf battle lines right there. And Steve is the guy with the most reserves, and he has his command barge with the destroyers, very, very scary, and also some wraith with the lord in there. And yeah, when that's gonna pop out, it's gonna be fine. I will probably try to negotiate Steve, like I don't attack you too much and you don't drop those next to me. That's it, we're gonna start for the first turn. We're gonna do this is our first OPR game, so we're making it quite simple. I think it's the Toe that is playing first, and then we're gonna play clockwise, so it's easier to remember who plays first. Let's go for the first activation, the Toe or moving. Okay, first activation, we have the railgun, the hammerhead shooting first, and he's going to try to push against the Custodes right away, and he's shooting at those guys in the ruin. So he's gonna hit at 4+ only, because it's they don't aim so good. A single die, but he has AP -4, so even with all their defenses and stuff, it's deadly 6, so there is a chance that the guy gets killed outright. So let's see, does he hit 4+? No! The good thing is, like, even if he had quality 2+, it would still be a failure, so nothing to be too sad about, but yeah. And he's too far for the other shooting, but he's temporizing. Yes. Okay, let's go for the Custodes. Couple more activations. These Custodes rushed forward, going there, and then this aircraft is going right in the center. So he's gonna capture the objective, he's gonna gain 3 points, and he's aircraft, so it's harder to shoot at it. However, there is maybe a little broadside there that will have fun later. He shot at these Custodes, hitting 4 times. Yep. AP -4, so 4 dices, it's only 1 wound each, and they have a regeneration, those guys, so they might survive. 4 dices, so yeah, they have AP -4, but he has heavy shield, so reduce AP by 1, so he saves on a 5+. And only 1 is saved, 3 go through, so the Custodes, 1 Custodes die. However, they have regeneration because they have the upgrade. So 5+ again on the 3 wounds. None. And 2 more. Yes. Okay, 1 wound less, and 2. So he only loses 1 wound. Quite good. Okay, so we didn't film because we thought it would be over, but he had little guns. He hit 4 times, and he had AP -1 going to 0, so we thought like save 2+, it's fine. But he made double ones and no regen, so the last 2 wounds are gone. The Custodes guard right there is the first death and casualty of the game. Good job, little Croissant of Doom. Next activation, my little snipers, which are like these little Votanns with railguns, are going to shoot on the Necron Lord right there in his pack. They are snipers with magma, so they hit on 2+, AP -1, and -1 through the regen of the Necron. So 2+, full hit. Luckily it's 2+ because they have the sniper rule. And 3 saves at -1 AP. Save at 3+, +1 from the ruin, -1 from the AP. Okay, 1 goes through. Regen at 5, easy. It was 5 because he has 4+ because of the relics, but -1 because of the magma ammunition. But that is it for my little dwarves. The tow broadside is going forward. It's going to try to shoot down this aircraft, this croissant. First he shoots its quad missile with lock-on, so he ignores a -1 to hit from the aircraft because he's a little bit far away. He had to move forward because he's considered further away because it's an aircraft. First, these missiles with lock-on, 8 attacks, quality 4, so he's looking for 4+. 4 hits, it's statistics, it's well. So 4 hits, AP -1.
2.
Oh, sorry, AP -2, good. AP -2, saving on 4+. Oh la la, hey, easy. Too easy.
Necron technology.
Then,
4 attacks, quality 5, because he's -1 to hit. About 3 hits, great.
AP1.
AP1, so saving on 3. Eh ben,
On peut faire mieux.
il est facile ce jeu.
And then homing missile, only
Ouais,
one.
only one.
But
Deadly. Ouais,
three.
deadly 3, so it can take 3 wounds in a single attack. And it's a hit. AP2, 4+.
Yes!
Ah la la, 3 wounds. Regeneration. Regeneration on 5+. And he takes 2 wounds.
Yep.
So he has toughness 6, so only 4 wounds left on this big aircraft. Good job, little broadside. The shield captain moved forward, doing 2 damage with the shooting on the Croissant of Doom, which has 2 wounds left. And now this big wave of Necron is moving forward. 11 shots shooting on those guys that are in the ruin with a little champion inside. These are Iron Guards, but still it's going to hurt quite a lot. 11 shots, quality 3+, okay. So a few failures, but still quite good. So they have a save at 3+, +1 because they're in the ruin, so 2+, -1 because of the AP. So I'm saving on 3+. Eh ben,
Voilà.
eh ben, pas mal.
Bah oui.
I had the regeneration as well on them because of the medical training of one of them. Okay, I am moving forward my Thunderkin and my Chief right there. They're going to shoot everything on this huge pack of Necron warriors. Robot Legion warriors. It's gonna be 4 attacks per guy, plus my captain, which has a rapid blaster. It has 6 attacks. We're gonna roll everything against their regeneration. They have -1 to their regen still because of rending, and we'll see at the end what is left. And in the end, the little 6 here is to say they're activated. I killed 8 guys out of all of those. It was 30 dice in total, so that's why. But killing 8 guys, especially also because of the rending rules, gives -1 to regeneration. So it really helps against somebody that regens at 4+. But yeah, quite happy. It did weaken him a little bit more, and now that the Necron is weaker, I'll be able to focus on other fronts. Couple more activations. This Scorpic Lord moved forward and got 1 point from getting the objective. I moved forward shooting, doing barely, like I think I killed 1 guy in this pack of Necron back there. And the Cold Star here just moved forward, shooting everything, including fusion weapon, anti-tanks, everything on the Galactus, thanks to good defense rolls of the Galactus, because he reduces AP -4 back to AP -2 because of this terrain, like a ruin and shield. He saved everything, barely losing 1 wound. And now it's turn of the Custodes. So these Necron warriors moved on the side to get some line of sight and shot on these guys, killing 1 of the Thunder King, injuring another one, and not succeeding to kill any Hearthkin warriors, like the basic Dwarf warriors. Sad for them. On my side, as you can see, actually, I moved, I rushed those Berserk here to hold the line. The Berserk Lord took the place of the dead Thunder King, and they're waiting for the charge of the Scorpex. On the other side, we are making the rolls. The Riptide shot on the Galactus with this missile, hitting 4 times, and then with a 4 blast attack on this guy, it's going to be 12 saves at -2, becoming -1 from the terrain, and it's going to be 12 dices for these poor Custodian guards. Let's see if one of them is dead. So 1 Custodian guard died from all the attacks and nothing on the Galactus. And on the side of, oh, by the way, this Galactus is coming there. All the dreadnoughts are coming to charge the poor Tau. And on this side, this Doomsday Ark shot everything, like all the rifles there doing nothing. And three big attacks on the Thunderkin, deadly 3. They have 3 wounds each. 2 of my guys died. There starts to be a few losses, but not that much. So this Custodes is playing here. Here we talked about the cannons. Just after this I moved this tank here, which did 1 wound on this unit of Scorpex. And the big anti-tank gun, quality 4, unfortunately didn't hit at all his Doomsday Ark. Then this guy moved moved there and shot on those guys with stealth. Only
This one.
there was 1 inch too short to shoot on the Galactus, so he shot his anti-tank weapons on these guys. He hit very well, but he had only 3 shots, and 1 of them didn't connect, and another one was saved by a 6, because 6 is always a success even with the defense in 1-page rule. So 1 guy survived by just jumping to the floor. And of course the last attack did not save at all, but it was quite funny and cinematic moment. And now it's time for the Custodes is charging again on the Necron. Okay, no more activation on the side of the Necrons. The Custodes attack this guy. He has only 1 wound left. Necrons are out of activation for now because he has a lot of stuff in reserve. I moved my little hammer elites in there, so they are hidden. As you can see, I have no more snipers there because the stealth suits obliterated them. Well, obliterated. Just enough wounds, 3 hits, and I failed 2 of those, and they have 1 wound each. So that is that. They are dead, unfortunately. And now it's the turn of the Custodes once more. End of the first turn. The first battles have happened. Here we still have a defensive line of 2. They finally shut down the last wound of the Croissant of Doom. The Breacher squad is still inside, right in there. And there is like 3 Contemptors charging through. Here there is a clash gonna happen on the side. My tank did absolutely nothing with this anti-tank. I had 2 big attacks, and each of them I made a 1 on the attack. Killed a few fire warriors with the Gatlings though. And back there I put all my firepower in a firing line against the Necrons, and I barely managed to kill 2 of the Scorpex right there. It's not easy between the high defense cover and them having a regeneration as well. So I'm afraid I will be impacted. Fortunately, I put like everyone in a defensive line there, so it should be a good fire base. And we still, each of us, have some reserve. Like I have some Terminators there, some Crisis in there, some Malarius, and of course all the Necrons. That's why we were playing conservatively, so there is no like 9 inches gaps for them to deep strike. We will see how it happens. I think everybody is gonna try to deep strike right in there, because this is where the main battle is gonna happen. I'm afraid the Terminator is gonna go now. We're gonna roll for initiative this time. I know we're supposed to be like the guy who played first is going to, who finished first is going to play first, or maybe we're gonna use this rule. So the guy that finished his activations first last turn, which is the Custodes, is going to play first. We have checked the rule. It is indeed Steve that finished playing first last turn, so he's going to play first, and we apparently have to play ambush first. So Necrons play first, and then we play clockwise like this. We begin the second turn, so we check the rules. You need to deploy your ambush units at the beginning of the turn, before they even start to play. So what happened? As you can see, the most obvious one, there is these units of power suit dwarves that landed right in the middle, and they will try to hold. They are quite tough, especially with the shield they all have. They have grenade launcher, and they will be in the cover, so they should be tough, but around many things arrived. Those Alarus Terminators are right here, ready to charge. Way in the back, in the little hole, the Crisis deployed, ready to shoot in the back of the Dreadnoughts. Doesn't give them any bonus, but whatever. There is Trajan taking the pose here, looking heroic and capturing the objective. He will try to hold it. And there is a huge force of Necron with heavy firepower right there. They will like Good that my guys are tough because they will need.
Or the Custodes.
And you
And
die.
here, it's his first turn, he's already playing. And there is also the Wraith appearing here. And he's charging. So it will be time to try for the first time the rules of melee combat. Okay, first activation, he did not activate those guys first. He activated his guys here. The big daddy Amon-Ra killed one guy outright, deadly 6. And then all the little shots that had no AP but rending did manage in the end, especially one guy with a big cannon, to kill 2 guys and wounding the last one. It was very difficult. Luckily they were in cover and with shield and stuff, but it was difficult, and they activated then using their grenade launcher, which is blast, and removing 5 Necron warriors. They did 15 hits, 8 unsaved attacks, and then 5 guys did not succeed their regeneration rolls at 4+. So that is tough, and now we're going for the town. Okay, activation of the tower, we need to show this. So the breachers unloaded, and they shot everything point blank on the Custodes, making 16 hits. The Custodes, thanks to cover, have 2+. They had 3 wounds to save, and they made 666 on their regeneration rolls. So didn't go as good. The Terminators went forward, fighting those guys, and it didn't go well at all. One Crisis was killed. Then they tried to fight back, so they were both shaken. And so that was already quite something. And after this, they failed their morale test, unfortunately, which means the entire unit ran away. So all the crises are gone, and only the Cold Star is still there, holding the line. But yeah, that is a terrible blow for the Tau. As you can see, there is a big hole here. The Scorpek Lord and the Scorpek that was still there charged my Berserks. There was a big melee fight. We tried to finish the turn 2 because we're taking our time discovering the game, so we didn't film everything. In the end, he killed 3 of my guys, and I killed his entire Scorpek survivor. The melee was a draw, so we just step aside from each other, being both shaken. And I was like, okay, you know what? If I'm lost, my Berserk charged those guys. They were shaking, so only hitting on 6s, but each 6 was 2 attacks, 2 hits. So they did manage to make a wound. So they kind of technically won the fight if they don't try to fight back. And he did trigger the Necrons into fighting back. They got obliterated, like by far. They were killed 3 times over, even with regen and stuff. But at least they gained time, and it means that this very threatening squad of Wraith, having fought back, is going to be considered shaken, so only hitting on 6. So it means that if they come to impact, it will be much less lethal for me. Good for the Berserk, they died heroically, countering both charges of the enemy's big threat. Good for them, and now the Tau are trying to survive against those guys. The Riptide shot at the Custodian guard here, killing it outright, and the other guy made a morale test because it was the last survivor. Like more than half of the squad was killed, and this Custodes here is shaken. But then the Galatus charged, doing the little attacks in the breacher, killing 3. And the big spear in the Devilfish, removing 3 wounds. And I just realized the Devilfish actually lost the melee, so he's shaken. He made a morale test losing, and he lost half of his wounds. So if he fails the morale at 4+, the Devilfish, which he had a plan to rush for the objective, is going to fly away. 4+.
Yeah.
Oh, he survives. Well, he stays here. So this was the Galatus, doing quite some damage. And now the Necrons, the Wraith, are charging here. They're gonna hit on 6+ only, because they're shaken from having fought back and killed the Berserks. But still, it's gonna do some damage. And just wanted to say what just happened. So they hit on 6, doing quite a few damage, and at some point he made 4 hits at AP -4, so that I could only save on 6s. I made 3 6s out of this, and the last wound that went through was a 6 on the regeneration roll, and they had rending, so it had to be a 6. So that was really cool. Still 3 warriors died from this. Luckily they had a medic. I activated my main squad here with my beautifully converted hero. They all shot with their good weapons at 18 with their iron blasters on this unit, killing in the end through everything 8 of them, because they don't have cover anymore, it went quite well. And the 2 special weapons shot this Corpic Lord and Protect the Enraged, and doing only 1 of them went through, and he regenerated 1 wound, so he has 4 left. And now the broadside is shooting everything on the Galactus. We will make a few activations and see what happened a little bit later. Oh, that is disappointing shooting. The Custodian guards charged in, fighting on the walls to try to gain a side of there. They did 4 wounds, killing 1 guy of the Terminators, like the power suit guards of the Dwarf guilds. And in return, the captain, which he decided to tank on, lost 3 wounds, so he had 5 left. He only has 2 more wounds, so probably he will die relatively soon. And now it's time for the Necron to maybe break the peace. Maybe. The combat is still going on. We'll probably not end turn 2 because we don't have time. The stealth here are taking the objective because they're right under, giving him a point. I moved my guys here just before, so it will be another 3 points. So they're good. We'll probably lead with the points. We're doing the last few activations, and he activates Trajan Valoris here. And yeah, that is going to hurt. He's trying to finish off those Terminators, knowing that these warriors, just before, those warriors killed 1 of the Terminator, doing 1 wound. I lost 2 Thunderkin from the attacks from these warriors. I forgot I had a cover. Whatever, we're just making a few activations. It was really a test game, and I think we will do it another time. I moved the tank here, gaining a point from there. Anti-tank did another ace. I did 3 times my big anti-tank deadly 6 weapon every time I rolled a 1. Great. And with the Gatling, I killed 3 of the warriors, and they are now below half strength, so they are making a morale. Okay, they tank well, and yeah, as you can see, it's quite fun. Like, there is a huge melee here, Custodes charging there. We would engage soon there, but anyway, it is a huge mess. Everybody's fighting everybody, and yeah, it's quite fun. We'll try to film the very last activations. This ghost kill out there is did a move to get the perfect line of sight on this wounded Galactus here.
One the heavy.
Wait, the big one, 4+.
Big one, 4+. Yes.
Voilà. AP -2 because of deadly 6. Aye, 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 aye. So deadly 6, he loses 6 wounds. He has only 2 wounds left. So 2 very powerful attacks. Aye, aye, aye. Only 1 is going through. AP 4, saving on a 5+ because of his shield. Ah la 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 la, the Galactus is going down. He was destroyed. He's tried again, but it's another failure. It's another failure. And the Galactus was obliterated. Well, I'm not sure that we're winning, but he finally killed his Galactus. Well done. Okay, we're gonna stop here for now. These Galactus just wiped out all the squad, like they ran away, but the Fireblade stays, like the whole squad was at half effective, and they filled the morale, so everybody runs except the hero, at least that's what we understand of the rules, and it's quite cool because only the hero stays. We will not even really finish the turn 2, it was more like a test game for us and seeing how the game played. We will make a little debriefing to say what we thought about it. But I think we can all agree that it was quite a success. We will probably try at some points later to make other games of one-page rules. We're still going to cover Dystopian Wars and Conquest mostly. But once in a while, a little 40k or like one-page rule diversion like this can be quite fun. Plus, it allows us to show like some of our other armies. So without further ado, let's go for the debriefing. We say that everybody kind of won, except the Dwarves, which had more points. Yay! So, but it was really not for the victory. Let's go for the debriefing. All right, that is it for this battle. It was really fun. It was just to try. We didn't even go at the end of turn 2 because we're always checking a little bit the rules. I'm not sure we got everything perfect, but at least we tried, and we will go one by one to say what we thought about it. First, for example, our new players. Benoit, what did you think of a one-page rule, and how did you like the system and the game?
Really accessible for someone who tried to play the 9th edition.
Yeah.
And,
it's very
hard.
different.
And no, it's very, very easy to grab, to take, and to play with it. And even keeping my Tau, who are a bit fragile against Custodes, and still managing to fight. That was quite nice to try to play, and moral victory for me for downing a Galactus.
For killing the Galactus.
Just one.
Yes, just one. It was the objective.
Yeah.
All the Custodes, there's one Galactus.
Yeah, Valentin, what did you think of the game?
It's very, very, very amazing, enjoying, and it's very simple to manage your battle on figuring. That's very interesting. For me, I stopped to play Cast for the 8th version of the world. It's a very enjoy it. For the first time in 5 years, I like to play with my own figures. It's very, yes, I think it's a good way to enjoy with your only thing with games, or you can play with any other model like Star Wars, Legion, or I don't know the word, but anything. Yeah, my advice: play with it. It's very simple to manage. Don't go.
Yeah, for sure. Like we have players that don't stop playing 40k entirely. Even me, I'm really slowing down. And we like one-page rule because it's very good, like a group of friends, like we're just having fun, rolling some dice, putting out the miniatures we like, and that is a good point. Like with 40k, it's like almost a work on the side, like to understand the rules, and it's like, Steve, what do you think?
Well, for me, one-page rule is a very fun and very balanced system between the firing, the moving, the melee is a little weaker, I think.
I don't know, if you're half strength and you lose
Votann,
morale,
yes.
Yeah.
But for combat armies,
Yes.
it's a little weaker. So
Yeah.
you have to build armies more balanced to equilibrate the system. So very balanced, but in melee,
Meh. So, on my side, I really enjoyed again. It's very fast paced. It's like it's not made for tournament. I'm sure you can break the game by spamming whatever you want. But when you're playing with friends or with people like you know, and not in the tournament context, it's very fun. Like you just bring a lot of variety and you have a good time. If we were to play this every weekend, I'm sure it would be imbalanced at some point. But as a little snack game on the side, it's very good. The very fun thing is like you can put your fantasy army, sci-fi army, everything you want on the same place, as Valentin said.
you can go narrative.
You can make narrative very easily with this. And someone described the one-page rule as the Smash Bros of the miniature games. And I would say it's this. Like you can play some Star Wars miniatures, some Infinity indeed. You can play some War Machine. We might have on the channel very soon. Maybe not Dystopian Wars. It would be a little bit weird.
Yes.
But yeah.
Battleship against the Custodes.
Yeah.
Very amazing battle.
That could be
Go for
fun.
the Necrons. Stop fucking with me.
I go to the top because they shoot me first. I don't get first.
There was a free-for-all, but it became 2v2 at some point.
Oh,
This game. We'll make another scenario
But
next
I
time.
think we have some player who have just some want just to shoot the first players I see. That's all.
Alright. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, give us a thumbs up. It really helped. Let us know if you like this one-page rule battle report. The next one will be a little bit more built, and we will take more time to go all the way until the end. So let us know this in the comment. And until the next video, take care of yourself and remember to keep spreading the love all around. And bye.
Don't plus to subscribe and share the video, please.
Oh yeah, that's right. Share and subscribe. And if you put a comment, also you gain a chance to win an entire Dystopian Wars battle fleet. So do that. Oh my God, go on time. Thanks and see you next time.